I saw that dude play last year, strictly for entertainment purposes only, and I didn't see 200 and whatever million dollars. I saw depreciating assets in terms.
On today's Top Shelf Tuesday edition of the Odd Coaches Podcast, Dr. Adams and Coach Francis discuss NFL quarterback contracts, preseason NFL MVP thoughts, as well as previewing week one of the NFL season strictly for entertainment purposes only. Welcome to today's show. The Odd Coaches Podcast is sponsored by the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project is an industry leader in providing student-athlete academic and athletic support. From assessing student-athletes' academic and athletic skills, to measuring and monitoring student-athlete academic progress, to improving student-athlete time management and organizational skills, the CKA Save Project provides wraparound services for student-athletes from middle school through college. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by emailing cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and with me today is my tag team partner. He is here and ready to go, fans. The Otis to my Chad Gable and Alpha Academy, the icon, the showstopper, the main event, and the reason why we are here, Coach Mike Francis. Coach, good to see you, sir. How are you doing, man?
I'm great this morning. How you doing?
Man, I got lunch duty voice, and I don't have no coffee this morning. But other than that, I'm good, man. So on today's Top Shelf Tuesday, we're going to talk some quarterback contracts, some MVP predictions, and do a week one overview of the NFL schedule, strictly for entertainment purposes only, because Mike, Thursday the NFL kicks off and we're excited about it. But I want to jump in on these contracts and different quarterback issues. I'm going to start off with Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, the one player who the Denver Broncos need to win the Super Bowl, according to media reports, signed a 5-year, $245 million contract extension that includes $165 million in guaranteed money. This is the third most lucrative contract behind Deshaun Watson getting $230.
Who ain't even playing?
And the Cardinals quarterback, your boy Kyler Murray, with $189.5 million. So Russell Wilson is 33. He is now under contract with the Broncos for close to $300 million. And the extension pays Wilson, who has 2 years left on his previous deal, an average salary of $49 million. And he is set to make $24 million this season, $27 million next season before the extension kicks in. Mike, give me your thoughts on Russell Wilson, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations on the contract. Not sure if he's that one player that Denver needs. He's been one player away for such a long time, but trying to figure out that's a lot of money. I hope he can follow through and be able to help Denver if that's all they need. But I don't see how in the world. I just don't see what they're seeing. You know, I could be wrong. I can't.
That is the best way to say it. I don't see what they're seeing.
I don't see
because I saw that dude play last year, strictly for entertainment purposes only, and I didn't see 200 and whatever million dollars. I saw depreciating assets in terms of skill set, and now you're going to Denver, and as we've previewed, the AFC West is real. They got real players going after stuff. So, all right. We're going to move on to Trey Lance, Bigfoot, Earl the Goat, Matagoat, all of the mythical, magical features that we've talked about. Fans, if you recall, longtime fans will recall that Steve Young and Joe Montana were on the same team for many years at San Francisco. And finally, Steve Young just snatched the spot from Joe Montana. Joe Montana ended up going to Kansas City and damn near made it to the Super Bowl. Now, we ain't saying Jimmy G and Trey Lance are Joe and Steve, but this has happened before in terms of two quarterbacks, on the same team that can compete. So Jimmy G Jimmy Garoppolo has re-signed with the San Francisco 49ers after, as following Campbell so eloquently said, stayed away from the team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of the players interviewed and that I've seen interviewed, and I don't even think it was for the company line, Mike, said, man, we got no problem with Jimmy. Got no problem. Okay. But now I want your GM hat on. How are you handling this? Because Fowler's excited that Jimmy G staying because he believes that the 49ers are like ready to make that leap because they're that talented. You're my football guy. You got Trey, you got Jimmy G. How are you thinking about this, Mike?
I can't. I just don't. I think Jimmy G will. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he's done so far. I think the 49ers have been trying to push him out the door for quite some time, but it's crazy. The young man, Lance, is not.
Yes.
He's not ready yet. I don't think he's ready yet. But
now, media reports keep telling us, Mike, that this guy is going to wow us.
It's the reason why they're the media.
It's
the reason why they're media and not coaches.
Okay. But Louis Riddick just raves over this guy. So many people said, man, when you see him unleashed, that's the word. And the comparison was made to Robert Griffin III. Man, he's got a better skill set than Robert Griffin III and Kyle Shanahan and the mastermind, and you're not buying any of it.
I'm not buying any of it.
Okay. All right. Speaking of not buying, Lamar Jackson still does not have a contract as we tape this show. He's a former MVP. He is the face of the Ravens franchise. And he doesn't have a contract after this season. The Packers did something similar with Aaron Rodgers, and they even recruited his replacement that never played.
Never played.
And the Ravens don't even want to go down that road. And that's from the Ravens. Jackson, who, as we know, represents himself without the aid of an agent, set a deadline at the start of the regular season for an agreement on a new deal. With these new contracts coming in, the market, Mike, is set. And do you see that Deshaun Watson is the exception, not the rule? What was Cleveland thinking? But I digress. Mike, how are you handling this if you're a coach?
This is the craziest thing in the world. Like, Lamar should be thanking Deshaun, all right, because there's no way in the world he shouldn't get some contract similar to Deshaun's. All right, Deshaun ain't played in going on 2 years. It'll be starting the second season of not playing at all. He's been productive. He's been MVP candidate multiple years. He's gone to the playoffs. Has Deshaun even gone to the playoffs?
He was at Houston, so I don't have 0.5, but I'm not thinking about it.
So if I'm Lamar, I'm sending a text to Deshaun every day. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Thanks for setting the market. And now you're the owner for the Ravens. How do you respond?
Now, here's me. You know I'm a wrestling fan. I'm walking out as soon as the game starts. I ain't playing. I'm a heel. I'm going to turn heel if I'm Lamar Jackson. I have done business the right way. I have shown up. I've done whatever. I've given you my deadline. And now the only thing I have left, as Emmitt Smith proved years and years ago, is my services. So you either sign or I'm out. And how many times in wrestling has that worked? It has. The show's on now.
Yeah.
Now the show's on. And I want the market set. Okay. If you give him, all right, even if you don't give him Deshaun, you give him between Kyler Murray, who's the other dude? Russell Wilson.
He got to be between
that and walk. And there you go. This should not be complicated.
No, it better not be.
But now I've got to be a heel because I have tried. Deadline spur actions, as our commercial said. Well, hey, Lamar, go ahead and turn heel, man. Speaking of turning heel.
Yeah, he
Go ahead, Mike.
I think that he's taking it. Well, his mom's his agent, so he's taking a different approach to how they're trying to get things done. I understand, but he said if the season starts and there is no negotiation or deal done, he don't want to talk the whole season, which I think is a big risk for him. In my opinion, it's a big risk.
I am spurring response now because I am walking. Done. I'm done because I'm gonna get hit by real people. Who are really mad and really trying to win. So let's go to your boy Tua really quick. The deadline to pick up Tua's 5th-year option is scheduled for May of 2023, so after the season. If this doesn't work out, it won't be because the Dolphins didn't try. Say what you want about the Dolphins. They gave him a wideout. They gave him a tackle. They gave him an offensive-minded coach.
You know where I'm going. Go ahead.
So now, if Tua doesn't perform, what do you do? Talk to me, Mike, because we're doing all things quarterbacks this first second.
You seen the videos. We ain't got to talk about it. Them Bams got to stop, come back and get the ball when he throw it. They waiting on the ball. I told you the noodle comment I made before. I don't think his arm's strong enough. So I think that he's a good kid. He's very competitive. In time, he can be a very, very good quarterback. I just think he still needs seasoning. I think he's got to be able to do some things differently. I think they got to get him out of the pocket more, roll him a little more. Let him be like a Joe Montana kind of guy. Not just no straight drop back guy looking, trying to make reads. He's got to get out on the perimeter. But, in the NFL, they don't like that,
So I got to ask, if you're the Dolphins, you're not signing Tua early. You're not going to give him an extension now. You're going to wait till the season. I'm asking.
Signing what?
Okay. So to close this segment, I was reminded that the NFL stands for not for long. Josh Rosen. The Browns added Josh Rosen to their practice squad. Josh Rosen, first of all, Mike, he's only 25. Okay. He was the 10th overall pick in the 2018 draft. He signed a contract May 10th, 2018 that was worth $17.84 million with an $11 million signing bonus. Since then, quite frankly, hasn't gone well. He was in Arizona. Heck, I think he might have even been in Miami. I think he was in Atlanta. It's just so, quarterbacks try to get as much as you can because there's a heel turn on the coaching side. That's why there should be a heel turn on the player side sometimes. And with that, we'll be right back after this short break.
The reviews are in for Dr. Keith Adams' book, Finding the Balance, My Personal Journey to Academic and Athletic Success. College professor and student-athlete academic expert Dr. Lisa Rubin said, "There is nothing out there like this book, so I do hope people will pay attention and give it a read." Former George Mason standout Fowler and Campbell said, "Consider this book an opportunity to work directly with Dr. Adams, just like I did. I assure you that there will be something you can take away that will be useful to you throughout your personal journey." Ryan Waite, a recent college graduate who is a software engineer, said, "I like how the book is based on research, which makes it good for general students as well as student athletes." The book serves as both a memoir to Dr. Adams' 30-year academic and athletic career, as well as an instructional guide to assist student athletes, parents, coaches, teachers, and administrators navigate through the challenges of finding a better balance between academic and athletic success. The book includes over 15 personal stories and anecdotes from Dr. Adams, along with numerous former players and colleagues from a variety of sports and endeavors. You can order your copy at www.ckasaveproject.org. From the main page, simply click CKA Save Project Services and order the Find the Balance book. For more information, contact Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast in segment 2. We're going to talk some injuries, and then we're going to talk some potential MVP type comp. So, Mike, I want your coaching hat on right now. And fans, as longtime listeners know, Mike is a longtime high school football coach, state champion, all of those, coached some of the great ones coming out of the state of Maryland. So I want coach franchise right now. Arizona, their starting cornerback won't be on the field week 1 after injuring himself in a freak cooking accident. He suffered multiple second-degree burns on the lower half of his body, and it was such a serious accident that it could have ended up deadly. But Mike, you're going into week 1 without your starting cornerback, and there ain't but 17 games. How are you handling that, man?
We zoning that up.
Right.
We zoning up. If he's my number 1, I gotta play more zone on his side. Maybe put somebody over top of his replacement. But that now I got to commit 2 people against the best receiver. Now I'm playing 9 against 10. You know what I'm saying? That puts me a man down. But see what happens.
So I got a little extra eyeball on the Cardinals game, and I'm going to kind of look for that. And one more injury that I wanted to get your thoughts on before we talked about the MVP predictions. Tennessee lost their outside linebacker, Harold Landry III, to an ACL at practice on Wednesday. Now, Landry led the Titans with a career-high 12 sacks last year, making him the first Titans pass rusher with double-digit sacks since Brian Orakpo. 7 of his 12 sacks came on third down, which was the best in the league. And he also finished with 49 quarterback pressures, 22 quarterback hits, 21 quarterback hurries, and 14 tackles for loss. So now the guy who burned himself cooking's coming back, but you just lost that before week 1. How are you dealing with that, Coach?
You have to ask yourself, what are we going to do? Who's in place? Is there anybody I let go? Do I have somebody on the practice squad? Do I have like those kind of things? We try to keep an extra deep back. We try to keep an extra lineman. You try to keep, at each tier of the defense, each tier of the offense to try to get us through. The expansion of the rosters is good. They voted for that. So I think they added more people that you can take, like what they used to call a taxi squad, which got its name because guys used to drive taxis during the week in order to make money because they wasn't making as much as the players who were on the active roster. So I'm hoping I've made the right decision in who I'm keeping when I get down to my 53.
Yeah, that is a tough loss for Tennessee, who was already borderline good and average.
I was going to say more average than good, but I mean, I like. Is Wilson going to start? Willis, excuse me.
Willis? I do not believe so. That is not. I think it's still Tannehill.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, there's no. Okay, that ain't gonna be long. What's the over under on how many weeks?
I don't know, but let me go to
3 weeks of Tannehill. 3 weeks. They come out 1 and 2 with Tannehill and Willis. You'll start hearing the rumbling about Willis taking over. Watch.
Well, nope. It looks like although Malik Willis was very exciting in the preseason, that Ryan Tannehill will be the starter. But they are having questions. I'm looking, saying how long will it be before? So let's check that out. But in terms of the MVP award, okay, Josh Allen is plus 700. Patrick Mahomes is plus 800. Justin Herbert and Tom Brady are plus 900. And Aaron Rodgers is plus 1,000. So those are the top 5 MVP candidates, with other folks being Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, and Kyler Murray. And I don't see any running backs, wide receivers, or defensive players in the early predictions. So, Mike, as we enter the season, who should we keep an eye on?
Kyler Murray.
You think Kyler Murray?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's plus 2,200.
Yeah, I think Kyler Murray.
I don't know, man. Josh, if Josh Allen gets the Bills back to the playoffs and gets 13, 14 wins, I think it's his to lose just because of what happened last year. If Patrick Mahomes gets them somewhere, man, without their best wide receiver, I think he gets it. Herbert, definitely, if he does something.
Come on.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, SD Jones is not winning the MVP anymore. Okay, he is absolutely, positively done. We just saw somebody put in retirement this past week, pal. Okay, it's Harley Race versus Ric Flair and Starcade 83. The bounty is out, and he's not gonna make it out of the playoffs. He's not. Okay. Now, if you want a long, a long shot, it's not Aaron Rodgers, but Joe Burrow's a long shot. Well, I don't think Kyler Murray's he's going to do it. I don't think the 4th round draft pick playing for Dallas is an MVP candidate. Okay. And I'd like to see running back get some love. So what about that kid from Indianapolis? Because I like Indianapolis, but who's the running back is that Jonathan Taylor or something?
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, that is Jonathan Taylor. So with that, fans, and yes, I said SD Jones because look,
special delivery.
I'm telling you, Tom Brady leaves in the preseason, never did that. He ain't try.
You hear what happened? We talk offline. You hear what happened, man?
Applesauce, alfalfa.
You know his wife left, right?
We'll be right back on the Odd Coaches Podcast.
There is an old business adage that says, what gets measured and monitored gets done. It is also fact that deadlines spur action. That is what the CKA SAVE Project Academic Monitoring Service can do for student athletes. Measure and monitor their academic progress to improve their grades. Our academic monitoring services provide ongoing academic support for student athletes for a designated period of time. Our academic success coaches work with student athletes on time management and organizational skills, along with improving their ability to self-advocate. Every few weeks, our academic success coaches meet with student athletes to assess their academic progress as well as provide ongoing academic advising. If needed, student athletes have access to CKA Learning Specialists who provide virtual core subject academic support for student athletes. For more information, visit us on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org or schedule a free virtual consultation with Dr. Keith Adams by email at cka@ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast. And in segment 3, we're going to talk about things strictly for entertainment purposes only. My tag team partner, although he has been doing work and hasn't watched a lot of football, has apparently kept his TV on the entertainment channels. And as a follow-up to the previous segment, according to media reports, Tom Brady's decision to unretire is reportedly not sitting well. And in one media report, there was a, air quote, folks, epic fight, and she left the family. And these are legitimate media outlets. So, yeah, I'm just going to go back to the script. And NFL top 5. So, Mike, you did that to me.
Hey.
I got the Rams as number 1. I've got the Buffalo Bills as number 2. I've got the Cincinnati Bengals as number 3. Temporarily, I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
He said temporarily. Depends on his emotions this week.
And I've got the Chargers at number 5.
If his ass sleeping on the couch, he is not going to be rested.
On the outside looking in, it's my fault, Jeff. I'm sorry. On the outside looking in, we've got Dallas, Baltimore, unless when Lamar Jackson does the heel turn. He does the Ultimate Warrior at SummerSlam. It says, "I'm not going out without my check." But Vince fired his ass on the way back, so that's another story. And I also have Green Bay.
Don't say Vince's name.
So that's a shoot. Hey. Any thoughts, Mike, on the top 5 as we bring this segment back?
No. Not at all. Not at all.
Okay. All right. So games of the week. We now got money out there, folks. We got money out there. So my partner may disagree, but my point spread game of the week out of the 5 we do, I've got Giants versus Tennessee. And like a dummy, I've got Tennessee -5.5 because I placed my bets before the gentleman got injured. So I don't think that's going to be very successful. Mike, did I just lose $10?
Definitely.
Giants are bad, though.
And they're horrible, but
all right.
It just takes one bad player to get you and you lose a game.
Yes, Buffalo and the Rams over under 53. I believe I took the under.
Over.
I took the under because it's the first game of the season. It's Thursday night, and we got the jitters and so forth. So I thought some defense will rear its head. Let me look at my quick notes again. I think I did take the under. Yes, I took the under, and it's a strong take. All right. 2 play of the week. I got Baltimore with the money line and Philadelphia. So all of this is just straight up the win. I'm not messing with the point spreads for my parlays because although I might win a little less, I'm gonna try to win, man. It's about winning. So I got Baltimore over the Jets and Philadelphia over Detroit. How safe are those picks, sir?
Philadelphia over Detroit is definitely safe. Baltimore over the Jets. That's safe. You can't get no safer than that.
All right.
You can't get no safer. I might put $300 on that 2 play.
Slow down.
He said slow down.
This is for fun. So my 3 play. We've got Indianapolis over Houston. We got New Orleans over Atlanta and San Francisco. All right, following. We're locked in. We got San Francisco over Chicago. Okay, so Indy, New Orleans, and San Francisco. That's what I'm rolling with. We'll be posting these Sunday morning of next week. And money line play of the week, Jacksonville over Washington. Okay, so anything you feel strongly about, sir, as we go into the season?
No, not at all. Just looking forward to it getting off to a good start here. And the NFL is going to be, how everybody gets when it comes to NFL, buddy. Everything changes around the whole country, totally different. The excitement, more people engaging with each other, which now we're coming out, I think this might be the first time we really out of COVID, but, so
we're living better with COVID.
Yes. Yeah. It's like the common cold now. It's like the flu. So all
right. So fans, we are doing season-long win totals, and my partner was not available at the taping to sway my votes. So here are the season-long win totals we are following all year long. Pittsburgh over 7.5. I'm tired of this slander. All right. Our favorite coach has not had a losing record. Mike Tomlin is our hero, and he's going to win 8 games. Mike, what do you think? Yeah, I got over 7.5.
Yeah, we had that discussion. We did that before. Yeah, he's gonna win that. Okay. Definitely.
Jacksonville over 6.5. So Trevor Lawrence had no coach last year. He had nothing. The kid can play. All right. I've seen the kid play. All right. Jacksonville's gonna get 7 wins. Okay. I feel comfortable. Buffalo over 11.5. We are crowning a new winner now. So I think it's Buffalo's window. While his contract is not crazy yet before he can't sign anybody else to help him. So I got the Chargers over 10. I got Minnesota over 9. Okay. I got Minnesota over 9 with the bank robber, Kirk Cousins. I got crab legs and the New Orleans Saints over 8.
That man said crab legs.
Hey, with Father of the Year part 2 at home. Tampa Bay won't be as good as you think.
Father of the Year.
You got to be a long time listener to know why that's funny. I've got Philadelphia over 9.
Father of the Year too.
And following you better get it right this time. I've got San Francisco over 10. All right. So fans, the season begins Thursday. We are going to have a lot of fun. Gentlemen, now the football season starts. Don't be like Tom, and make sure you take care of your wife. My wife's out traveling right now. See? And I'm home with the boy. Anything you want to add before we close, sir? And thank you for that breaking news update.
Now you see it. He's like, whoa. You see that one?
I missed all of that, buddy. I missed all of that.
You missed that one, huh? Oh, yeah. I look forward to the season, and I think the win total for Pittsburgh, I think they're going to be better than what a lot of people think. So I'm hoping for that at least. And keep your eyes on Daddy of the Year part 2.
I don't think flowers are going to help with this one. So on behalf of my tag team partner, Coach Mike Francis, Entertainment Tonight, I am Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Odd Coaches podcast, and we will see you on the sidelines. Till next time, take care.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday through Friday on most weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on Apple Music, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Spotify, and YouTube. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on Twitter and Instagram at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Adams on Twitter and Instagram at CKA Save Project. In addition, follow Coach Mike Francis on Twitter and Instagram at Coach Franchise, spelled Coach Franchize. For more information about the CKA Save Project, please visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches Podcast.